Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today TV. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is Market Today, a show where we'll help you understand with the latest cues on the D Street, starting off with the benchmark index moves, the sectoral action as well as some of the stocks that are buzzing in trade today. Of course, all eyes on the earnings front as well. HCL Technologies came out with decent set of numbers yesterday, and today all eyes will be on Reliance Industries, which is expected to post its numbers post the market hours in today's trading session. We will focus on what should be investor strategy right ahead of Q4 and what are the key things that you should watch out for in Reliance Industries Q4 numbers as well. We'll get you expert views on the overall markets and these specific stocks as I spoke about. But first up, a quick check on how the Nifty and the Sensex are moving at this point in time. Well, halfway through the mark and the markets are still subdued. About 0.25% of a decline can be seen on both the benchmarks. In fact, the Nifty has now slipped below the 17,600 mark with a cut of 43 points. Look at the Sensex as well. There's a 117 points of a loss, about 0.2% lower at 59,513, the current level for the Sensex as we speak. Now moving on to understanding whether the broader markets are showing any kind of resilience. Remember, the broader markets have been performing better over the last 2 or 3 trading sessions despite the overall market move. But today it seems they have come under pressure again, with the small cap 100 index down by 0.6% at the lowest point of the day. In fact, underperforming the benchmark index Nifty and the Sensex. The mid cap 100 index is also following suit, and you can actually see a 0.6% of a decline on this index as well. A mixed bag when you talk about the sectoral moves in today's trading action as well. When we look at several of the other sectors that are moving in trade today, you will be able to spot that the Nifty Bank is in fact seeing sub-cuts. About 0.3% of a decline can be seen on that one, and dragging it is the PSU banking index today with a 1.3% cut, and slight losses also coming in on financials and the private sectors as well. Now when we talk about the other sectors that are also coming under pressure, look at the metals pack. That has been losing some sheen right from the morning trade, 1.8% of a cut for this one. The autos are moving in the slower lane today with a 1% cut as well. Apart from this, you also look at some of the other losses that we are looking at. The realty pack, for example, that's come under severe pressure again today with over a 2% cut. Now what's defying the move on the downside and the gravity as some of the sectors like FMCG is up by 0.5%, media stocks by 1.5% up in trade, pharma stocks declining, gaining in fact by about 0.4%, healthcare up by 0.25% as well, and oil and gas just about flat as well. So mixed bag as far as the sectors are moving. In terms of the stocks that are in fact in focus, the top gainers at this point in time include ITC, which is now at 406, of course, at near its all-time high levels as well. Cipla, BPCL, Asian Paints, Divis Laboratories back up into the green in today's trading action. What's not doing well is in fact the metal names like Tata Steel that are declining in trade. Hindalco also seen some cuts right here. Tata Motors and Tech Mahindra, some of the other stocks that are declining in trade as we speak. But let's welcome our guest on the show. Mr. Kranthi Bathini joins in from WealthMills Securities, and he's the head of research as far as equities is concerned there. Welcome, sir, and thank you so much for taking the time out for this discussion. Your thoughts? We've been discussing more about the consolidation that is continuing in the markets. Post the HCL Technologies numbers, do you see any kind of revival for the IT names? Is there any sign that one can pick up from those numbers for the entire IT pack that has been a larger drag on the markets over the last 4 or 5 trading sessions or so? Or do you believe that today's RIL numbers will actually set the course for the market movement going forward?
Yeah, what we witnessed from HCL is a decent set of numbers. Sakshi, 11% is on their revenue, and the commentary from the company, the management is quite robust. We can say there are no any kind of order cancellations. Okay, the order book look healthy despite of their exposure towards the mid-size small banks also. So overall, it gives a positive outlook with respect to HCL Technologies is concerned. But since if you have to compare the Infosys and HCL, both are into a different kind of domains, and also the market capitalization, size and scale of business models are completely different. So whether the HCL Tech can bring some kind of uh, positivity to the technology companies right now, we need to wait and watch, because there is a kind of uh, overhang on this sector right now. We need to wait and watch for a couple of days sessions how the entire earnings of the mid and small cap companies also going to bring going to impact the entire sector. Overall, we are quite neutral on this sector in a medium to short term. But whereas for a longer term perspective, definitely this is the time in a staggered manner one can accumulate the large cap IT names are concerned in India. While coming to Reliance Industries, earnings are concerned uh, uh, because of the business diversity with respect to Reliance is concerned, with Geo, how the revenues are going to be, and how the with respect to their oil into chemical business, how the GRMs are going to rise. These are the factors that are going to influence, and we need to wait and watch how the retail segment is going to do with respect to Reliance Industries is concerned. Overall, we can
Right.
expect a mixed pack from Reliance Industries, but fingers crossed just to see how the things are going to pan out for Reliance Industries. Is
Hmm.
Reliance Industries is going to surprise us on a upside? We need to wait and watch
Yes.
uh, because of the size and scale of the business model is concerned. It have the potential to surprise the investors.
Right, you're right. In fact, I was going to come to that, because, Reliance Industries stock right ahead of the earnings has been pretty muted for the last 2 or 3 trading sessions or so. It seems like the street has low expectations this time around. So, one can safely say that no fireworks definitely coming out of Q4 for Reliance Industries.
Traditionally, Sakshi Q4 should be a good quarter, but uh, right now, right now, the kind of the business models they are into, the way they are incubating different kind of business models, and the widespread of company acquisitions they have done. So overall, Reliance Industries in a consolidation phase, and also the green energy business they are developing, and the debt they raised to develop this green energy business. So these are the things we need to look forward right now, and the debt they have been rising at this point of time. So these are the triggers, key triggers for Reliance Industries. If you see a couple of quarters back, Reliance Industries way towards reducing the debt, and they want to make the zero debt company. But altogether, the business environment completely changed. They are increasing the debt to build up new green businesses, energy businesses, carbon-free businesses, and giga uh, parks they are going to develop. These are the themes they are developing. And one hand, they have been doing different kind of acquisitions in some listed entity and unlisted entity. Now people are talking about Campa Colas of the world. So these are the developments that are taking place. Overall, all eyes are on Reliance. It's not a stock to ignore. Uh, one should pick up this stock if there is any weakness in this stock.
Okay, so one should definitely look at an opportunity in case there are dips one can look at from a long term perspective. That's the strategy that you should adopt on Reliance ahead of Q4. But I wanted to understand in terms of the various segments as well. When we talk about the oil to chemical business, is it likely to ride the boost from the crude oil? Now, we've been seeing that crude oil prices are down both on a year on year and on a quarter on quarter basis as well. Now, looking at that, about a 19% fall we can see from a year-on-year perspective, and crude oil has also seen a dip on a quarter-on-quarter basis of 8% or so. Will that aid the petchem and refining margins? Do you see that that could be a boost in this vertical at least, or could the windfall tax be, something that one can offset the kind of gains that one would look at?
See, overall, we need to see how the GRM gross refining margins are going to be. This is a major trigger for the business, and also uh, the chemical business, how it's going to be. These are the very tricky numbers to calculate, Sakshi, until unless we get the complete blueprint of the numbers. Okay, it's not a easy thing to predict because the numbers can go either side, and as India has been depending upon more about the Russian oil. Okay, the dynamics are completely different. How much part of the Reliance refineries are refining this is the
Yeah.
oil, and the overall spectrum we need to wait and watch with respect to Reliance is concerned. Overall, we are quite optimistic and positive with respect to Reliance on a longer term basis.
Right. Also wanted to understand, are you watching out for any clarity on the 75,000 crore rupees announcement in the new energy business from the company initially? Also growth in the retail stores additions. We've recently seen, Tira getting expanded from the Reliance Retail Forum in the beauty segment. And also we've also seen from the retail and FMCG, kind of expansion that the company has been focusing on, launching of Campa and acquiring of several products as well. Now these are some marquee changes that the company has been looking at, could be strategic and could also look at perhaps in a long term additions to the revenues as well, and any pricing action in the telecom space as well. Are you looking at any of these signs, and how could they really impact the results and the stock price going forward?
Absolutely, Sakshi, you articulated very well. But adding to the segments what you discussed, I want to add one more segment. They're recently foraying into financial services
Yeah.
very aggressively and moving the cards towards their financial industry. And this is also a big game changer how they're going to position themselves into financial industries, financial sectors are concerned. So these are all the things one need to watch from the management commentary. One thing is with respect to the retail expansion, and also what kind in retail expansion, also what kind of business model they are going to take towards the Reliance retail is concerned. Because right now the retail is again becoming a duopoly. On one hand, Reliance is foraying in a full throttle with respect to retail is concerned, and the other hand, Demark is emerging. So it's becoming a duopoly market. And how the other hand, how with respect to Reliance retail is concerned, how they are going to give overcome with respect to the online platform players are concerned. So these are all the gamut of segments one need to wait and watch with respect to Reliance is concerned.
Okay, understood that as well. Anything from the Geospace, can that at least surprise the markets this time around? Although we haven't seen the needle moving much as far as the tariffs are concerned in this quarter, what can one expect here as far as the ARPU is concerned?
We can expect a slight increase in the ARPU with respect to Geo is concerned, and also they have been quite aggressive with respect to the fiber. Geo fiber is concerned. So how come the numbers going to be with respect to the Geo fiber is concerned? So these are the segments uh, we need to wait and watch with respect to their ARPU's improvement is concerned.
Right. Now we've been hearing, and the street has been hoping for some kind of announcements to come in as far as demerging of some of its verticals are concerned and to list them separately. Do you think that that the company may be looking at doing that now in the current market scenario, or would that be postponed for some quarters later? And looking at that is likely to happen sometime or the other. What would you really hope as the potential unlocking of value can be for the existing RIL shareholders as well? And if fresh investors want to look at that perspective also, what can one really expect in terms of the target upside in the long term?
Sakshi, with respect to value unlocking and demerger is concerned, we need to wait and watch till the AGM of Reliance Industries. I don't think so. In a Q4 ending, they're not going to touch base these announcements, because these are the big policy matters for Reliance Industries. And
Sure.
also, we can see the succession plan. Also, one of the key things that keep on get discussed with respect to Reliance Industries is concerned. So we are at the early stage at this point of time. Probably we can expect this kind of big announcement during the Reliance AGM is concerned.
Okay. And what about the target prices that you can expect here? A lot of brokerage houses have been really penciling in some sharp upsides to the current price. I mean, right now the stock is below 2400, but we've been also looking at some target prices ranging anywhere between 2800 to even 3100. What is your own sense as to what kind of targets can one really expect on RIL going forward?
RIL have a always it will disappoint the pessimists and also disappoint the optimists. So
Okay.
RIL have the typical tendency, if you observe in the medium to short term, Sakshi. So in a near term, we can expect a fair value zone of 3000 levels uh, for Reliance Industries, but there is an immense value in this company. There is a lot of businesses are getting incubated over a period of time. there are a lot of subsidiaries and associate businesses are aligned with Reliance Industries. So overall, unlocking will take time to get the exact value of Reliance Industries. But till now, one need to have a moderate expectation with respect to Reliance Industries is concerned. But a longer term, this is a stock every investor need to have in their portfolio.
And what is a good accumulation zone? What kind of levels would you suggest that investors can continue to track to accumulate the stock?
The current levels also very interesting levels to accumulate, Sakshi. Reliance Industries 2200, 2100. If that levels comes, those are the mouth-watering levels for Reliance Industries.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Mr. Bathini, for being with us and discussing all aspects of what to expect from the big boy Reliance Industries earnings, especially because D Street really keeps an eye out on such big numbers because Reliance Industries as a whole, as a conglomerate, really holds a huge weightage in the Nifty constituents as well, about 10-11% or so, and which is why it becomes very important to track this number. And the markets will definitely be reacting to the number only on Monday because the results will come post-market hours today. But we'll keep an eye out on everything and every move that we see on Reliance and overall markets as well through the trading session. So be with us on Business Today TV to catch all these updates about markets. You can also continue to stay in touch with us via other social media platforms, that's Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn and Instagram. Markets right now subdued, but we'll keep an eye out on whether second half has anything to be joyous about as well.
Artificial intelligence has been the buzzword